are here talking with
Larry Mead from Atlanta, Georgia.
And what company are you with, Larry?
I'm with Pcubed, Program Planning Professionals.
You gave a session at the Microsoft booth. What was the topic of that session?
It was portfolio governance and optimization for an actual case study with Jaguar Land Rover with one of our customers out of the UK office.
During that presentation, you had somebody ask a very interesting question, I thought. What was that question?
Yeah, the question was preempted a bit with, okay, we get this, we understand it's a great solution, the processes and the tool that were brought in, but how did you gain consensus? How did you get everybody to adopt this and build together not only executive governance committees, but how did you get the folks that are executing on the projects to have buy-in into this type of solution?
What kind of advice can you offer?
Well, the way it worked at Jaguar Land Rover, and many of actually Pcubed's accounts, is that we are able to go in and first look for obviously one of the best of breed tools, which is the Microsoft Project Server in this scenario for building out a portfolio and trying to optimize or prioritize those projects. But then actually working with the folks in internal, and when we're talking governance, we're talking execution on both ends of the project, is to use people internal to Jaguar Land Rover that are seeing the value of the solution very quickly and are rising up as star players or star users of the solution, the processes and the methodologies, and letting them share their testimonies with some of their other peers and let folks know in the organization why it's either helping them automate processes, why it's more efficient, more accurate, why maybe their workload has diminished a bit or become a bit more automated because now they're on this solution. And it seemed to resonate quite well, especially with Jaguar Land Rover. It's a new spin-up from Tata Consultancy. It's now their own company called Tata Motors. So a lot of this information was new to them. They were looking for ways to share and work better together as teams, and all they needed was a little bit of nudging especially from their peers. It helped having Pcubed on the forefront, leading and orchestrating some of the mechanics behind the solution, but it was actually the folks that were in there doing in the trenches, coming up, rising up and saying, hey, this is what I found today, this is what I'm doing today, you guys really need to try this, you folks and it was at all levels, it was top down, so you saw executive leadership buying in, sharing their testimonies, and then the folks that were executing, using project right at the desktop level, were able to share that now for the first time they saw transparency and visibility to their plans. They were able to share plans much easier than emails and phone calls and this sort of thing, and that they're all on a single repository, a system that they could all share from. There was a series of a drumbeat of workshops where we would actually try to bring teams into the next maturity level of using. There's a long roadmap that started back in 2008, and here we are, today in 2011, still a work in progress. But as the roadmap is, we went through a series of phases and gates. A little bit would be incrementally rolled out to each one of these teams. The teams we would actually have representation from someone within that team that could share exactly that testimony. But the hallway conversations were huge too, because there was a certain buy-in at the enterprise level where everyone just began accepting and understanding and sharing new skills or talents that they got in the solution, what they were seeing that was going to help them. And the excitement, what the final capstone of all this was, the excitement that everybody was sharing with the longer term vision, which was 10 years from now we're going to be at this level. In 6 years we're going to have 6 new models of the Jaguar Land Rover rolled out, which has never been done in the history before when Ford owned the company. So there was some things that everyone saw, and they saw the little bit they were contributing at these workshop and team levels that was worth talking about in the hallways as well. So it was good.
Right. Are you still working with Jaguar Land Rover?
Yes, we are. Yep, we're continuing with the sustained. Part of my presentation is about what does that sustained growth and sustainability look like, and how to keep enhancing what's been put in place now as a foundation.
Very good. Thanks, Larry.
Thank you.